I can make it. Fuck, that was stupid. I just didn't expect it to speed up in the roundabout.
Road rules change depending on where you ride, and the real danger is not knowing which rules still matter. Riding comes pretty naturally to me when I'm at home. I know the road, I know the road culture. I know that galah in the SUV is going to be a dickhead and pull out in front of me. I know that if a tradie can drop a screw, they will, and it will make its way into my tyre. I know that kid in the sports car... Actually, I better stop there before it turns into a rant. When I ride in Australia, I know what to expect. Rules will usually be followed because the police will cane you if they aren't. And you get really, really good at working out who won't follow them. Kind of an instinct about it. The more I ride, the better that motorcycle-y spider sense tingling about that kid. When I'm on my Himalayan, I know how she feels. I know how she responds. Slowly. I know how she accelerates and brakes. Also slowly. When riding works, you don't have to think very hard about it. You have to be aware, but you're in your comfort zone. But here's the thing, I'm not riding in my comfort zone. I'm not riding in Australia. I'm riding somewhere in Sri Lanka. Traffic and smoke and unpredictability, noise and weird vehicle, the acrid taste of diesel fumes on my tongue. And I'm not on Billy. I'm on an FZ150, a bike I've not ridden before and don't know how the hell it handles that hairpin. And it's raining. And I'm wet. And I want my mum.
Okay, mate, calm it down a bit.
Good point. The first few days of riding in a new country is a lesson in nerves and butt-clenched, throttle-gripped perseverance. Because I know nothing about what that truck is doing. That bus that's half in your lane, what the fuck are they doing? You grit your teeth and repeat like a mantra that these people, the other ones on bikes, generally make it home safe. You watch them.
Our first real experience of this kind of traffic was in Delhi, riding to Rajasthan. That was a real baptism by fire. My first time riding on a manual, riding in the bitter cold and stalling in front of trucks, second-guessing the right decisions, waiting when we shouldn't.
And yet we survived. We survived so much that we came back a second time.
Because we're crazy.
That's true, but we're also fun. But back to Sri Lanka. Riding here is like riding in a blender. Things coming at you from everywhere. And so you ride slowly. You build up your knowledge and eventually you start to see the flow.
Sri Lanka has a different moto vibe. The rules are enforced, but it's tough to work out what they are. You can prep and find out that you don't overtake on unbroken lines. But no one tells you what to do if a bus comes at you mostly in your lane.
In Australia, you'd be thrown in jail for dangerous driving if you tried that. Here, it's just another day on the roads.
On the surface, it looks the same as India. Chaos and crashing gears on the fourth layer of vehicular hell. But it's not. It looks like this because we don't know the unspoken rules. It's not lawlessness, it's ambiguous, it's unfamiliarity.
And so we watch. We gather our courage and we adapt. We move over for the bus. We smile our way through police stops. We look less at the smoke billowing from the truck and more at the emerald green rice fields and placid waterways. We enjoy the freedom of riding a road in an unfamiliar place, of touring unlike most tourists, of being in the environment and not on an air-conditioned tour bus. Once you notice it on the road, you start noticing it everywhere. It's not just riding, it's finding your way through a town when the map says one thing and the street does another. It's standing at the counter, not knowing whether you queue, wait or step forwards and hope you've read the room properly.
People help, they really do. Someone points, someone waves you on, someone gives you an answer that feels confident and turns out to be only half right.
And you realize the same thing is happening off the bike as on it. You're not missing information, you're missing context.
You can learn the rules, You can even follow them, but you still don't always know which ones matter right now.
So you slow down. You watch faces more than signs. You hesitate. You apologize a lot. You make decisions knowing they might be wrong, and you'll have to adjust again a few minutes later. That's what travel costs. Actually costs. Not money, not comfort, attention.
Everything takes a little more effort when your instincts don't line up with the place you're in. Every small decision carries weight. Where to stand, when to move, who to trust, when to wait. You move slower, not because you're lost, but because rushing is expensive. You stay alert, not because you're afraid, but because guessing wrong has consequences. There's no lesson in that, no tidy growth arc.
It's just work. Quiet, constant work. And some days, that's more tiring than riding fast ever was. We're getting better at it. Not fluent, not confident, just better. You start to recognize patterns without being able to name them. You make fewer sharp decisions. You leave more space for buses, for people, for yourself. The rules don't suddenly make sense. They're still negotiated moment by moment. And the ride goes on.